It's the final day of first-round playoff basketball. 2 spots remain in the Western Conference Finals, and the Stags and Beasts want to claim a spot for their own. Can Jimmy Butler and the Beasts do the unthinkable? Or will Giannis and his herd of Stags advance to the next round? Kansas City Beasts, Vancouver Stags, next on the Last Life Gaming Network. Jimmy Butler checking his Twitter, checking his Instagram, making sure that the experts are saying what he wants to hear, that the Kansas City Beasts are going to upset the Vancouver Stags. Live from the Stag Center in Vancouver, Canada, the Vancouver Stags play host to the Kansas City Beasts. Giannis Antetokounmpo brings his 21.2 points per game, 9.3 rebounds per game, and 4.1 assists per game to the postseason for the first time in his ASB career. Chris Middleton is his Robin, his number 2, his Pippen. Can the Stags defeat the Beasts, or will the Beasts do something amazing and have the biggest upset of the playoffs, of the first round? Now, there goes Giannis's numbers, 61% field goal shooting on the season. I think he is one of the top shooters in this league when it comes to field goal percentage. Granted, he's trying to attack the basket at all times. So, the big news is you'll see here on the starting lineups here, Tristan Thompson is in for LaMarcus Aldridge. LaMarcus Aldridge is back from his back bruise that he suffered a few days ago right before the postseason began. And he is now ready to play, except he will not get his starting minutes that he normally gets. He will be checking in off the bench. So here we go. Kansas City Beasts, Vancouver Stags, tip off, and we are on their way. And right from the gate, the Vancouver Stags fan base is immediately into it, chanting defense for their team. And what a way for the Vancouver, for the Kansas City Beasts to start off with a alley-oop. Conley to Millsap, two-hand yam, 2-0 lead for the Kansas City Beast. Giannis from the top of the key, gets a screen from Mitch Rob, assesses the situation. Euro from the Euro, lefty lay, 2 points for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Something tells me that's going to be 2 of many. The way these playoffs have been going, I think I mentioned it every game since the beginning. Damian Lillard set the tone for the league. He said, listen, I'm out here with a bad back. I've got to drop as many points to get my team to the next round. He failed in that effort, but scoring 58 points. Backcourt violation there. Giannis has got to calm down. 58 points in his first playoff game in the ASB. He has set the tone, and all the stars have followed. LeBron dropped 35 last night. Kawhi dropped 44. Steph dropped 44. Guys are putting up big numbers in these ASB playoffs in the first round. So I expect nothing less out of guys like Jimmy Butler and Giannis Antetokounmpo, and for the rest of these playoffs, in all honesty, I think the high volume of play is going to continue. 2-2 ball game, 7.5 minutes to go. This is a good start for what is the Kansas City Beast. Middleton for 3, misses that one. Rebound, Tristan Thompson going back the other way. Now, I'm going to say this lineup for Kansas City, as Butler misses the contact lay-in, this lineup for Kansas City should be a way better team record-wise. Finishing the season at 31-27, it just doesn't seem like they could have put together a better record. And been a way higher seed. They are a very, very solid lineup. Let's talk about it. Their starting 5 for today: Mike Conley, Tim Hardaway Jr. That's a solid backcourt. Jimmy Butler, Paul Millsap, and Tristan Thompson. Ooh, alley-oop to Giannis Antetokounmpo, one-hand flush on the 360, 4-2 ball game with 6:39 to go. It seems as if Kenny Atkinson is not liking the way his team came out. Very early timeout for this team. We're not going to go anywhere. We're going to stay with it. So as I was saying, the Kansas City Beasts, I believe, in my opinion, are a very underachieving team. With a starting 5 like that, and normally you have LaMarcus Aldridge as your starting center, that means Tristan Thompson's your 6th man. You've got plenty of experience with a shortened season, 3-ball, Tim Hardaway in the corner. Great shot from the corner pocket, 5-4 ball game. Kansas City leads it. You've got a very good lineup. The depth probably drops off early. Maybe it stops at Joe Harris at 10 or 9. Maybe Ersan gets some minutes too. But their lack of good guards on the bench, I think, is what really hurts them. They have 4 to 5 forwards and 3 centers on this lineup. So this team is very big, a very big squad. The problem is Conley and Barrera are the only guards that get lots of playing time. There's only a 3-guard rotation, Tim Hardaway being the other guard. Another shot from the corner from Hardaway. He misses. Giannis with the rebound. Lonzo's pushing it up court. He's got his own number. Gets his shot blocked by Conley. Good defense from the 6'1" point guard out of Ohio State. Hardaway with the rock, trying to fend off Clarkson. And he does on that attempt. And the Kansas City Beast are looking good right about now. So maybe this is the time where they decide to turn up. It could very well be that situation. Foul by Thompson on Lonzo Ball. They said, man, take that number off. I'm the only number 13 right here. 7-6 ball game, 5.5 to go. With guys like Barrera, Biyombo, and Ersan Ilyasova, they've got a good enough bench, but the problem is their lack of guards. And it might come back to haunt them. Clarkson misses the runner in the lane. Giannis with the follow. Good pass to Mitch Rob. Another offensive board by Giannis, and another pass to Mitch Rob. Giannis, go up yourself, young man. Out to Chris Middleton, 4 seconds on the clock. Clarkson, spin move, drives to the lane, misses that one, and now Thompson and the Beast have their own rebound, and they're going back towards their side of the floor. Butler with the rock. Had Hardaway in the corner for a split second, but decides to retreat. Back to Conley. Conley attacks the basket. Runner in the lane. It's good. 9-6 lead for the Kansas City Beast. The Kansas City Beasts are looking very good to start off this game. Maybe that was a great call by Kenny Atkinson to call that timeout early. Kenny Atkinson, a head coach, formerly of the Brooklyn Nets. He's been playing ball overseas for many years throughout the 90s and early 2000s. And here he is in the ASB trying to will his Kansas City Beast past these very tough Vancouver Stags. Giannis has all 8 points for the Vancouver Stags right about now. And I think the last time that happened was when they played, not he, he's not playing by himself. When they played the Cincinnati Tigers, he had, I think, the first 14 points of that game. So don't be surprised if Giannis does something incredible like catch a one-hand alley-oop off the vert. And Atkinson said, whoa, I did not like that at all. So we're going to take a timeout here alongside the Beast and the Stags. This is the ASB Playoffs presented by the Blast Podcast on the Last Life Gaming Network. Giannis Antetokounmpo has all 10 points for the Stags. This isn't nothing new. If Giannis gets started early, and look at him, he's in the zone. If Giannis gets started early, it's always going to spell trouble for the opponent. But right now, the Beasts are playing some good team basketball, and you can't discredit them for that. If there's any time to shape up and get something going, Hardaway misses the shot. Good defense by Giannis. Clarkson with the board. Clarkson pushing it up past the timeline. Giannis has the baseline, gets the contact, doesn't get the call, but makes the lay-in. 12 points for Antetokounmpo, 12 points for the Stags. They lead by 3. Let's talk about this Vancouver lineup. Lonzo Ball, Jordan Clarkson, Chris Middleton, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and my man Mitchell Robinson. This starting 5 is a very solid lineup, and whenever you've got Antetokounmpo on your team, you're bound for greatness. Okay, so you just believe that these guys, I believe they're going to make a deep run. They're my pick to make it to the ASB Finals to take on the Cincinnati Tigers. Lonzo, runner in the lane, it's good. 14-11 lead for the Vancouver Stags. They're my pick to make it to the finals. With Anthony Davis out for the Boise Rams, I just don't see them. Oh, good block by Lonzo. Returns the favor on Conley. These two are going at it. Who says Lonzo Ball don't play D? Who says Lonzo Ball don't play defense? Good defense by Lonzo Ball to get the rejection. Yeah, I just don't see the Boise Rams making it far in the playoffs. Maybe the Western Conference Finals if they can get past John Morant and the Arizona Vipers. Maybe the Western Conference Finals if they could beat Klay Thompson, and the Long Beach Bruins. Again, they are going to have to do some incredible things without Anthony Davis, who could be out for the first week of the playoffs, which is this entire week that's here. You might make it to the Western Conference Finals. Not sure. I can't speculate. The bench for the Stags: Marquise Chris, Kendrick Nunn, Noah Vonleh, Jared Culver, Lonnie Walker IV, Nasir Little. After that, the bench kind of tapers off at Darius Baisley and Jake Owens, but those guys do not get a lot of run for this team. And granted, when you got Giannis Antetokounmpo, a lot of the power forwards are not going to get a lot of run for this team. A missed shot by the Beast, rebounded by the Stags, going back the other way. Giannis gets stopped by Conley, has to retreat. Clarkson with the rock. Back down, smart move there. He's got Conley on him. Fader shot. Giannis, you got to have a higher IQ than that. You should have just went right over the top. Butler with the one-hand yam. And the Beasts are remaining in this game. This is very similar to our Cincinnati Bronx game that happened last night. Again, we apologize for the delay. There were some technical issues at the Last Life Gaming Network studios, and that game went off late, but we want to thank everybody that came out for that game. We appreciate the viewership still, but we apologize, and that should not happen for the remainder of these playoffs. But hey, we're a young upstart league. Things happen, but we will get things right. Ball in the corner, 4-3, misses that one, rattles. It's about every part of that rim except the net. Rebounded by the Beast. Beast coming with it. Oh, great dish. Man, that was like a touch pass right to Tristan Thompson. Good dish by Michael Conley. Man, the Beasts are showing that they can hang with the Stags. I said to myself when I first saw these playoff matchups, if there's one team or two teams you don't want to be up against, that is the Vancouver Stags, the Kansas City Beasts, and the Arizona Vipers. They are the 7 and 8 seeds. All these teams, in my opinion, on the west side have the ability to pick up victories against the higher seeded teams. So, again, for you to draw them, it's going to be a fight. It's going to be a dogfight, and that's what they're in right now. As ball is going to the line for two. Misty layup on that one. Conley with the foul. 17-16 ball game.
At the line for two.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw made by Ball. We are tied up at 17 apiece. Misses the second free throw. Tie ball game with 30 seconds to go in this quarter. Hardaway attacks the lane. 19-17 game. The Kansas City Beasts are in the lead. Ball pushes the ball up quickly. 20 seconds to go in this one. They can pretty much hold it for the final shot. It's decimal points away from each other between the shot and the game clock. So this has got to be the final shot here. You got to expect they're going to go towards Giannis. Screen for Chris Middleton by Marquise Chris. Ball still with the rock. 3 seconds to go. Shot by Chris. That rattles in and out. Giannis Antetokounmpo with the rebound. But that will do it for the first quarter. The Kansas City Beasts are up 2 points against the 2-seeded Vancouver Stags. This is the ASB Playoffs presented by the Blast Podcast on the Last Life Gaming Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kansas team.
Giannis Antetokounmpo has had a stellar first quarter. I mean, the way that man's been playing, he's on pace for something real big. 40 points, maybe another 50-point game. The way things have been going for this first quarter, Giannis is going to do something special tonight. I could just feel it. You know, Giannis usually doesn't sit until midway through the third, so be prepared to see some amazing things. Middleton with an off-balance shot down near the baseline, makes that one tie ball game. Biggest lead was led by Vancouver, had 5 points. We've had 3 ties and 6 lead changes. This is shaping up to be a very good game. All of these games in the ASB playoffs have been good. Top of the key jump shot for Tim Hardaway Jr. He's got 9 of the Beast's 21 points. I mean, nobody expected Tim Hardaway Jr. to be putting up this many points, but they're playing very well. Steal by Conley, over to Butler. Butler, right-handed lay. I think he heard the footsteps of Giannis and was like, I'm not going to try and get embarrassed out here. I'm just going to lay the rock up. 4-point lead for the Beast, up on the Stags. Stags have looked, all right, pun intended here, guys. The Stags have looked stagnant. Oh, that was bad. No, Middleton with the jumper from the sideline, from the baseline, I'm sorry. 2-point lead for the Beast. I'm going to say it again. The Stags have looked stagnant. Oh, that's awful. That is awful. Terrible, terrible, guys. That is just terrible. Shot by LaMarcus Aldridge. He makes it. He is checked in. Let's keep a close eye on him because his back bruise, is something he could re-aggravate. We don't want to see anything bad happen to Aldridge, especially if the Beast are able to make a run. Big block by the Beast. Butler on the drive again. Notices that Giannis isn't in his way. Two-hand yam past Lonnie Walker. 6-point lead for the Beast. And just like I've been saying, this entire playoff run, as that shot is missed by Giannis, the playoffs in the ASB all have that Game 7 feel. This is why every home team has those all-in shirts for their home crowd fans. You have to go all in every playoff game or you might get sent home early. Right now, the Kansas City Beasts are going all in. What a layup he bumped Middleton, avoided the outstretched hands of Giannis Antetokounmpo for the scoop lay, and now it's an 8-point lead. The Kansas City Beasts understand the concept of all in. They are away from home, from Kansas City all the way to Vancouver, a long road trip. And here they are facing a tough Stags team, and they know they need to go all in order to win this playoff game. No series here, one and dones here. None with the jumper over Barrera, rattles in and out. It's not looking good. The Stags are on a scoring drought right now. They only have 6 points. Sorry, 2 points in this quarter. I'm over here forgetting how many points they scored in the first. Barrera in the lane. Layup by Barrera. It's a 10-point lead. Are the Stags going to call a timeout here? Shooting 40% from the field, 10 for 25 to start. Things are not looking good. No timeout called by Mike Budenholzer. He's got faith in his squad. Good call. Giannis with the reverse lay, lefty. A man that tall, a man that big alone should not be that graceful, okay? But it seems as if Giannis just does what Giannis wants to. Barrera with the rock. Over to Butler. Butler at the top of the three-point line. He's being guarded very closely by Chris Middleton. He's in his triple strength stance. Pass over to Hardaway for 2. It's good. Hardaway now has 11 points on the night. 14-4 run in this quarter. I mean, it's been a very good game for the Beast. And if the Beast keep it up, we might have a huge upset here. 10-point lead for the Beast. Giannis with the ball in the post. Quick jumper. He misses that one. He didn't even assess the situation. He just put it right up. Hardaway to the lane. He's got none all over him. Almost makes that lay-in. None charged with the foul. Going to the line for 2. Tim Hardaway is one of the main reasons why this team had the 10-point lead. Hardaway's been playing well alongside Butler. And they needed that with LaMarcus Aldridge on the bench. Their number 2 guy who averages... their number 3 scorer who averages 12.5 points per game and 5.8 rebounds per game is going to be playing limited minutes. So it helps, you know. Hardaway's the 4th leading scorer at 11 points per game, and he's pretty much just a scorer for this team. So he's already passed his average, which is a good look for them. Marquise Chris checks out, and Noah Vonleh checks on in. This is one of the good things for the Vancouver Stags. They have a 3-center rotation between Vonleh, Chris, and Mitchell Robinson. All those guys get buku playing time, and it allows those guys to also play the 4 when Giannis finally checks out. A 12-point lead for the Stags. Giannis to the lane, lefty, he's missing. Giannis is off right now, and it's showing in the score. Giannis has missed a few shots, 8 for 14, although he's 16 of 7. Butler to the lane with Middleton draped all over him. 14-point lead for the Beast. Are the Stags going to call a timeout? They are not. They're going to continue. They get a foul. Butler was just a little overzealous there. I think he's feeling himself. He said, man, we are looking good right now. 14-point lead for the Kansas City Beast. Can the Beast do the unthinkable? Plenty of time, though. We're only at the halfway point of this second quarter. But if they keep it up, great shot by Lonnie Walker there. Love the hairdo of Lonnie Walker, but it is an 18-6 run throughout this entire quarter. 18 points scored for the Beast. 6 points only scored for the Stags. And man, it's looking tough right now. Butler to the lane again. Kick out to Aldridge. Aldridge had a shot. I think he traveled there, but I'm not the official. I saw a little feet shuffling. But here come the Stags. Giannis pulls up for three. No, they call it 2 foot's on the line. I'm not understanding how Giannis is assessing his situations here. He had Conley on him, decided to fade it away. Barrera stood in the lane, ready for Giannis to bring everything he's got, and he pulled up for a long-range jumper. Here's Giannis on the go again. Giannis, guarded by Aldridge, goes over to the hash mark. I think Culver was going to come in, but they decided to change that up. Budenholzer wanted to make a change here. Down 10, he's probably going to want more firepower in. Giannis gets the screen. Two-hand dunk. What a slam. That was like the quickest dunk that I've seen all season long. Now they're only down by 9. It was a 13-point game. I'm sorry, it was a 14-point game a minute ago. So they ran off 6 pretty quick, and they now are only down by 8. Aldridge for 3. No, sir. Rebounded by Millsap. Blocked by Middleton, but he is charged with a foul. And the Vancouver Stags, the fans are living. They are booing the official on that call. But nonetheless, Millsap will be going to the line, shooting 2. There is the first free throw. Paul Millsap, one of the many veterans on this team. This is a very aged team. Conley, 13 years pro. Butler, 9 years pro. Millsap, 14 years pro. Tristan Thompson, 9 years pro. Aldridge and Barea, also 14 years pro. Biyombo, 9 years. Ersan Ilyasova, 12 years. This is an elder team. No saying if all of these guys return next season. Some of these guys might retire. Some of these guys might go to a different squad altogether for a better contract. You never know. But this seems like this was the time for this team that they put together here in Kansas City to try and make a run. And right now they have a 10-point lead as the 7th seed over the 2-seeded Vancouver Stags. Nobody expected this, and especially the way the first quarter went for Giannis. Clarkson for 3. It's good. Back to a single-point deficit. 7-point joint. Kansas City leads it. Nobody expected Kansas City to be up right about now. Everybody expected the Vancouver Stags to handle their business. But what I'm seeing is these lower-seeded teams understand the concept of all-in, and they realize they've got to get these wins in order to move on to the next round. So teams have been bringing it. The Bronx brought it to Cincinnati, but they just ran out of gas. Tulsa brought it to Long Beach. A lot of teams, the Sting nearly defeated the Outlaws in a very close game. The Trojans defeated the Pumas. You know, the only big blowouts were between Portland Storm and San Diego, which that game got ugly late, and B just took over. Butler, runner in the lane, it's good. With under 2 minutes to go, 9-point lead for the Kansas City Beasts. All of our games have been fairly close. The biggest margin being the Storm and the Skyhawks' 19-point win. Timeout called by the Stags, late one, minute 48 to go. We're going to take a timeout here. This is the ASB Playoffs presented by the Blast Podcast on the Last Life Gaming Network. Nine-point lead for the Kansas City Beast. Just under 2 minutes to go in this half. And as always, 3-ball. It's good. Knock it down. Noah Vonleh for 3. I'm telling you, these bigs have evolved. Almost everybody on the floor can knock down the 3-ball. It's what is needed to survive in the pro basketball. It was what was needed to survive in the NBA, and it's going to be needed to survive in the ASB. Hardaway with the rock. Over to Butler, who's still in the zone. Conley for three. No, sir. Rebounded by Giannis. Giannis is picking up buku rebounds in this game today. The Stags are only down by 6. Now's the time for them to try and make a run to tie this game. Clarkson, what a move. Between two defenders. Clutch reverse lay-in. Now they're shooting better. They're going from 40% to 49%, getting closer to that 50% mark, which is the benchmark in the league. Ball tipped out of bounds from Conley's outstretched hands, but he didn't touch it last. Middleton did. 4-point lead, 54.2 seconds to go. The Kansas City Beasts are trying to stretch their lead out even further before we go into halftime. Butler with the ball at the baseline, guarded by Clarkson. Thompson over to Conley. Conley being guarded by Culver. Three ball, misses that. Another rebound by Giannis. Millsap, get out of the way. Hardaway's having a good game. 1 for 3 from 3. A good dime. Big dunk by Noah Vonleh. Pass from Jared Culver. 2-point game now. What was a big lead, this quarter was pretty much the story of runs. A big run by the Beast, who almost stepped on the line there, turned into a 37-23 lead. Since then, it has been a 16-6 run for the Beast, and it is now a 4-point game. For the Stags. Stags aren't going anywhere. If you thought the Stags were going to just get down and out and not make a run to try and get back in this game, you're out of your mind. They're the Vancouver Stags. They were one of the top teams in the league, and they're going to do whatever it takes to get to the next round. Culver with the rock, 6 seconds to go on the shot clock. Pull up three, off balance, misses that. Rebound by Thompson. No shot at the buzzer. We are going to halftime, and the Kansas City Beasts lead the Stags by 4, 43-39 ball game. We're going to go into a little halftime show, then we'll go into the MOR ad. This is the ASB Playoffs presented by the Blast Podcast on the Last Life Gaming Network.
Do you have the desire to be more? Then More Apparel is the apparel company for you. We believe that more comfort, more quality, more functionality, more honesty, and more passion will inspire you to do more for yourself, for your family, and most importantly, your community. Take pride in yourself, in your team, and in the dream. Visit our website at www.moreapparelus.com. That's www.moreapparelus.com to get active today. And remember, it's MOR. Leave off the E for excuses.
What a showing by both squads. An incredible first half of ASB playoff basketball. We are back with some second half action. I'm your host, Bravo33. I don't think I introduced myself in the first half. How rude of me. Giannis Antetokounmpo has been playing very well today. 20 points, 11 rebounds on 10 of 17 for shooting. But don't discredit what Butler and Hardaway have done for their teams. 14, 3-3 for Butler, and 11 points for Hardaway have the Kansas City Beasts leading the Stags and their home floor in the Stag Center, 43-39. Brand new half, brand new ball game for each team. Let's see if the Beasts can keep up their good start. Clarkson misses the three, rebound by Millsap. Millsap starting off the half in the zone. I mean, that's got to be a good look for him. They got to get the ball into him in the block. That's just what they got to do, especially if he's sitting in the zone here. Conley with the ball all the way out near the logo. Swing over to Hardaway. Hardaway guarded by Middleton. Got Millsap in the post with Clarkson on him. He doesn't go that way. Going to force up a three. Bad shot selection from Tim Hardaway. Just stalled out on the offense there. Rebound by Clarkson. Clarkson swing over to the corner. Middleton for three. Rattles in and out. Goes back down. 1-point joint. The Vancouver Stags are in position to take the lead. But let's see if the Beast can get a bucket here to try and maintain their composure. Good dish to Tim Hardaway. Catches him, cutting to the lane. Two-hand reverse slam. No. That was like a clutch slam. A little side deal there. 45-42 game. Under 8 minutes to go in this quarter. Clarkson with the rock. Giannis tries to get a screen from Mitch Rob. Heavily guarded by Paul Millsap. Millsap understands what he's got to deal with. Giannis gets to the lane. Oh my God. Wilt Chamberlain moves right there. Skies over the defense. Lefty lay. Giannis with 22 points. And Tim Hardaway with 15. Man, Tim Hardaway's been balling out of control, man. 45-44. The Beast lead it. Conley for three. Over the arms of Lonzo, not able to do it. Big block. Almost goes in. Great attempt by Tristan Thompson, but he gets his shot blocked. Only 1 for 2 on the game. Corner shot from Lonzo Ball. No, sir. He misses that one. Rebound by Thompson. Over to Conley. Conley bringing the ball up, crossing the timeline. Getting guarded by Jordan Clarkson. Ball guarding Butler for the time being. Middleton on Tim Hardaway. I think they wanted to try, they switched it up. They put Middleton on Tim Hardaway because Tim Hardaway is having a great first half. They want to try and put the clamps on him in this one. Good, speaking of clamps, good steal by Giannis Antetokounmpo. Stags have the chance to overtake the lead and get back to business. Ball lob to Mitch Rob. Wow, that one almost didn't fall. Mitchell Robinson, if you missed that dunk there, the Stags would have been letting you hear it, but instead, they are cheering you on and they are into this game. Here we go, guys. Cannot hit anything this half. He's not had that big of a scoring game so far. Only 4 points on 2 for 9 shooting. Now imagine if Conley was playing a better game, how much the Beast would be up by. Because Butler's doing his thing.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Hardaway Jr. is doing his thing. If Conley stepped up and made some baskets with the average that he normally averages, leading scorer of his team, 15.8 points per game, with his 5 dimes a game, this team, the Stags would be in trouble. But right about now, Conley's not having a good game. I think the length of Lonzo is affecting him. But here we go. Now the Stags have a 2-point lead as Ersan Ilyasova and Bismack Biyombo are checking in for the Kansas City Beast. I remember the first time I saw Biyombo's name, I thought it was Bismack. I'm sorry, Bismack. Or it could be Bismarck, but it's Bismack Biyombo. All I know is we've got to get Biyombo a shoe deal. He can't be out here in the Air 2Ks. He can't be, man. No, sir. That does not look good, man. That is going to stick out. Those gray sneakers. He's out here in the Air 2Ks. And you just can't do it. You can't do it. Rebound by Mitch Rob. Here come the Stags. Lonzo pushing the ball. Takes the shot. Great attempt by Lonzo. Knocks the ball. Knocks it down. That was a sweet jump shot from the top of the key. Conley did not come in to close out. Conley not having a great playoff game today. Butler with the rock. Gets 2 screens from his player. Butler with ball on him. Spin move to the lane. Swatted away by Giannis. Good defense by Giannis. It seems like every time Butler sees Giannis, he turns into a ginger man. And I'm not talking about redheads. I'm talking about like he's being light. Very gingerly. Rebound by Mitchell Robinson. Kick out to Lonzo Ball. 3-ball Lonzo Ball. Oh, hits every part of the rim, and Mitchell Ball is going to be charged with the loose ball foul, and it's going back to Kansas City Beast way. A lot of defense in this second half so far, as we are almost 4 minutes in to this quarter. It's looking like this is going to go down to the wire. Another game that's going to be a close one. Barea with the rock, getting guarded by Nunn. Step back, guarded by Chris now, loses the rock. I think he dribbled it off his foot, so that's all on Barea there. And here we go, Middleton with the ball, guarded by Butler, going to the lane. Way to redeem yourself, Barea. Strips the ball away from Middleton, and now the Beasts have numbers. Good block by Mitchell Robinson. Wow. I thought Butler was going to sky up and dunk it. As soon as he went up with the ball, it was more like a strip than a block. It was like a strip block, a blip, a slock. I'm trying to make up a word, but it was more like a strip block. Knocked the ball out of Butler's hands. He was not ready for it, but the Beast was able to maintain the ball. Conley with the rock on Bismack Biyombo, all in his way. Get out of the way, Bismack. Let Conley work. 2-point guard offense right now as Barea and Conley are in. Barea guarded by Nunn, puts up a three, rattles in and out. Rebounded by the Stags. Here we go. They're pushing it quick. Nunn. No numbers, but it doesn't look like it's going to stop them trying to go to the lane. They're going to call it a shooting foul. Barea with the foul, and Nunn will be going to the line for 2.
Shooting for Vancouver. Nunn. At the line for 2.
Nunn buries the first free throw. And it is now a 50-45 game. The Beasts are starting to fall behind. They don't want to start to sag off too much, and then before you know it, they're out of this game out of nowhere, you know? Nunn buries the second free throw. It is now a 6-point game in favor of the Stags. Conley with the rock, guarded by Ball. Butler with it at the wing, takes it from the baseline, misses that one, rebounded by the Stags. Here we go, Stags coming back. The Beasts have not scored in 4 minutes. I think they made an early bucket and they have not scored since. It's not looking good. This is not where you wanted to look this bad before the Stags start taking over. 3-ball, Lonzo Ball, dead-eye jumper, 9-point lead for the Vancouver Stags. Since that run where they had it, there's the timeout call. Good call by Atkinson to get his team reassessed. He's been calling timeouts at the right time. Another good call by the Beast head coach, Kenny Atkinson. Since the Stags took a 37-23 lead, they've been outscored by the Stags 31-8 between the 2 quarters that we've seen so far. Think about that. It was 37-23. They had a 14-point lead. And since then, they've been outscored 31-8. Okay, 31-10. 7-point lead for the Vancouver Stags. Right now, the Stags are playing some phenomenal defense, and it's showing through the scoreboard. They are back up 7, 3.5 to go in this third quarter. Mitchell Robb with the ball at the 3-point line right at the top. Mitchell Robinson deciding to take it to the lane. Bismack Biyombo said no, sir, get your weight up. Missed layup by Mitch Robb, and the Beast have a chance to make it a 5-point game. Butler with the hesitation. Oh, what a play. Fouled by Nunn. Butler with the bucket, contact, and 1. Has a chance to cut it to 4. This might be what they need to breathe some life into him. Hardaway Jr. has disappeared this quarter. I believe, he's on the bench, so that doesn't help. But when he was in for the time being, nothing was going for him. He wasn't getting that many attempts. With Middleton on him now, it seems as if they turned up the defense on Hardaway, and that's why they find themselves only with 13 points from midway through the second quarter. But still, they find themselves only down 4. They're still in this game, guys. Cannot count out the Stags. That was a very risky pass to Marquise Chris. But Mitchell Robb gets the rebound and the putback, uncontested from Bismack Biyombo. 56-50 lead for the Vancouver Stags. 2:50 to go in the third quarter. Barea with the rock at the hash. He's got ball on him. Here comes the crowd back again. The Stag faithful. Barea, shot from the baseline. It's good. What a shot by Barea as Lonzo played some good defense there, trying to close out, put all the effort in to make a stop, but he wasn't able to there. Ball over to Mitchell Robinson. Is Robinson going to try a little isolation game again? It didn't work the first time. Good job there. Swings it over to Culver. Loses the ball, but picks it back up. Has an opportunity to take a shot there. Does not. Screen from Mitch Rob to the lane. Good defense by Biyombo. Played great defense there. Just jumped straight up to get the block. Butler swings over to Conley for three. Man, Conley is having a rough game. He's had some good looks, but he just can't knock down the shots. 2 for 10 for tonight. 4 points. Alley-oop to Marquise Chris, who slams it home. And man, that was pretty much a 5-point swing. It could have been a 1-point game. Instead, now it is a 6-point game. The Stags lead. Conley over to Biyombo from the wing. Barea in the corner. Gets a screen from Biyombo. Pull-up jumper. It's good. Barea needs to be taking more jumpers. He needs to be taking more shots overall today. I mean, look at the half. Look at the difference in the halves. The Beast shot way better than they did. They shot way better in the first half than they are right now, and they're lucky to only find themselves down 4. Nunn with the rock, taking it right to the defense. Fouled by Biyombo. Nunn, no fear. I like the way Nunn plays, man. Nunn has been one of those good rookies. Transfer from Illinois to Oakland after he had a little bit of legal trouble, and here he goes to the line, shooting 2 for the Vancouver Stags. He's been a solid backup point guard for the Vancouver Stags all season long. He's a good acquisition that Vancouver picked up in our initial league draft to allocate all the players to their respective teams. First free throw made by Kendrick Nunn. And LaMarcus Aldridge, stretching out that back, will check in for Ersan Ilyasova and play the power forward position. Now, again, I think this is one thing that's also hurt them. Besides the fact that Michael Conley has not been able to play to his performance. He's 2 for 10 tonight, not shooting well, as Nunn buries the second free throw. LaMarcus Aldridge is coming off the bench because of that lower back. Injuries have hurt guys, and it's his help guys. I mean, Lillard, even though he had a bad back, he dropped 58. But Aldridge, his back, they didn't force him, but they decided to make him come off the bench for this game. And so far, it's paid off. They only find themselves down 6 against one of the top teams in the league. 1:03 to go. Can the Beast bring this to a tie game before we can close out this quarter? Culver with the ball. Gets a screen from Ball. Over to the wing. Another screen from Robinson. To the teeth of the D. Aldridge charged with the foul. Some smart plays by the Stags. Stags have slowed this game down. I don't know if you guys realized it, but the Beast were trying to run up and down the floor. Butler on the break. Conley taking the ball, pushing it up, and Hardaway hitting threes. Very fast-paced, quick tempo. Quick tempo. Hope you guys can hear the snap. Very quick tempo. Vancouver has slowed this game down in the third quarter. They've allowed their half-court offense to develop, and because of that, they've remained in control. Remember, I said it was a 37-23 ball game. It is now 60-54, and the Stags are in the lead, and they've been in control this entire second half so far. Bismack Biyombo takes a rest. Tristan Thompson checks in. So Aldridge and Thompson. This is where the Beasts have the advantage. They have very good bigs. They have very, very good bigs in Thompson, Millsap, Aldridge, Biyombo, and Ilyasova. I mean, how many teams have 5 bigs with that much experience on their team? So they have the size, but they just lack the guard play to keep up with a lot of teams. And right now, Barea turns the ball over, and the Stags are going back the other way. They're going to attack. Layup attempted by Clarkson. I'm sorry, that was Culver. Attempted by Culver. Another foul by the Kansas City Beast. And this tempo is in huge favor of the Stags. Culver to the line, shooting 2. Culver nearly crossed the line on a violation there. Referees did not call it. Sinks the free throw. 61-54 game. And man, it's just rough seeing The Beast, I think they've only scored 11 points this quarter total. So, yeah, I think they ended the half with 43 points. They had a 43-39 lead. The Stags took over. Stags did what the Stags did, and Kansas City only has 11 points this quarter. But Rhea blows by none. Lay in, scratch that, make that 13 points this quarter. 61-56 game. I mean, the Beasts have not played well in, let's say, the last 15 minutes of basketball, 14 minutes of basketball, but they are hanging in there, man. Do not count them out just yet. They can spring off a big run like they did early in the second quarter and take this lead right back over with the screen from Mitch Rob. Hesitation dribble, big shot block by Thompson. Mitchell Robinson with the rebound. These guys have to be furious right about now. All these fouls that are being called on the Beast, it's killing their momentum. I mean, it's very helpful to the Stags. They continue to go to the line time after time. 15 seconds to go in this game, in this quarter, and the Stags have a chance to make it a 7-point game. Six-point lead now as the free throw is buried by Mitch Rob. None will check out. Checking in is Jordan Clarkson, the starting two guard. Mitchell Robinson is in the zone. And that man does a very good job at protecting his rim on the glass and defensively, which blocks shots. So look out for him in this fourth quarter, especially if he stays in. Doesn't get subbed out. He's going to be doing big things in the fourth quarter while he's in the zone. Alley-oop lob to nobody. Stolen by the Stags. Man, this has not been a good quarter for the Beast. Lonzo. For three, no sir. That was a missed shot by the Stags. 63-56 game. Marquise Chris took a very long three-point shot there. It has not been a good quarter for the Beast. Let's see if they can turn things around here in the fourth. 63-56 ball game. Stags lead it. This is the ASB Playoffs on the Last Life Gaming Network. All right, guys, you know the drill. Fourth quarter. Let's see what the production trucks got. State Farm assist of the game. Let's take a look here. Lonzo Ball with the lob to Mitch Rob. That rattled everywhere on the rim. I like it, guys. State Farm assist of the game. Great pass by Lonzo Ball to Tristan Thompson. I don't think they're even on the same... What's going on here? What notes am I looking at? Lonzo Ball to Mitch Rob. Lob to Mitch Rob. 63-56. The Stags lead it. This is the final quarter. This is it. Time to go all the way in. Kansas City Beast. In for the Beast. Conley, Hardaway, Butler, Aldridge, Thompson. In for the Vancouver Stags. Ball, Clarkson, Culver, Mitch Rob, and my man Giannis Antetokounmpo. Giannis, lob from Lonzo Ball. Man, one of the things that Lonzo Ball has always been credited for is his innate passing ability. So, to have guys that like to fly above the rim, like Giannis, like Mitch Rob, it's a good thing for him. Conley finally makes another shot. Buries the triple. That was big. Back to a 6-point game. Good shot by Conley. Lonzo is a very good distributor. He has been doing very good throughout the season. He's one of the top assist men on the season for the Vancouver Stags. Again, very close game. 6-point game. The Beast are still in this one. Clarkson going to the line for two with just 8:03 to go in this quarter. 8:03 to go in the game. Now, if you joined us last night, then you might have heard some of my playoff predictions. I did say the Stags were going to win this game tonight to face the Portland Storm in the next round, which should be a very good matchup. We've got Giannis, Embiid, Schroeder, Lonzo, Middleton. It should be a good game. They're rookies. Wade Schultz is a very good small forward. I cannot wait to see that matchup. We have not televised their matchup during the regular season, so it should be one hell of a game next week. That's if the Stags beat the Storm. Sorry about that. I'm getting ahead of myself as if the Stags have already won this game, like the Beast don't have a chance to still win it. Conley with the rock, guarded by Lonzo in the corner. Conley not having a great game today. Picked up by Clarkson, steal credited to Lonzo. Clarkson right to the lane, right past him, Hardaway. Right-handed lay, 10-point lead for the Stags. 9 points on 3 for 7 shooting for Jordan Clarkson. 7.5 to go. Here come the Stag faithful. Great defense by Mitchell Robinson, giving something for his fans to cheer about. Oh, Giannis with the 3-ball attempt from his partner Culver. Buries the triple. What a play by Giannis. Everybody expected Giannis to go up and sky for the dunk, but he found his man Culver in the corner and buries the 3. Usually that's Middleton. What faith to have in Culver for him to knock down that shot. Big 3, 13-point lead for the Stags, and things are not looking good right now. Aldridge not able to get the post work he wants. Couple pump fakes from Conley. Missed 3, rebound by Clarkson. Aldridge does not look like Aldridge right now. And Conley does not look like Conley. Only 7 points. Poor field goal shooting on the night. It's not looking good. Giannis with the space. Pulls up anyway. Makes the jumper. 15-point lead for the Stags. And if there's any time for Kenny Atkinson to call a timeout, it's right about now. Because it is not looking good, but he decides to keep them on the floor and let them try and figure it out themselves. Ball is in the zone. Hardaway with the rock at the wing. Swings it over to Aldridge. Aldridge to Butler. Aldridge sets a screen for Butler. Butler with the space. Pulls up for 3. Buries that shot over the outstretched hand of Giannis Antetokounmpo. Very big shot there, because if he didn't make that and the Stags came down court and scored another bucket, this game might have gotten out of hand really quick. Giannis to the cup. Oh, almost makes the lay in there. He's going to the line. Fouled by Butler. Giannis going to the line for 2.
At the line for Vancouver, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Taking 2 shots.
So yes, I was talking about predictions. I predict the Stags are going to win tonight. I predicted that the Vipers would beat the Rams, which is the game, the last game of the first round. It'll be the Rams and the Vipers. Without Anthony Davis, the Rams aren't the same. You saw it on the last week of ASB Courtside last week. And Giannis dropped 50 points and 24 rebounds in that game. Giannis is not having as good as a game today. The Beasts are playing him a lot better than the Rams did. But with the lack of Anthony Davis, the Rams are just not the same. Rudy Gay is a very good ball player. Not get me wrong. But without Anthony Davis, the Rams are just not the same. 28 points for Giannis in this game. Conley to the lane, right past Lonzo. Good move. Conley is, I got to give Conley credit. He has not given up on his offense. He keeps trying to keep shooting. It's what veterans do. Ball with the rock over to Giannis. Giannis getting the screen from Mitchell Robinson. Going right to the lane. Get out of the way. One-handed game. Atkinson said, okay, geez, 30 points for Giannis. Call it. Timeout. 77-64 game. It's not looking good for the Beast right now. With just 5:33 to go in this game, it is a 77-64 ball game. We're going to take a brief timeout here. This is the ASB Playoffs presented by the Blast Podcast on the Last Life Gaming Network. Point lead for the Vancouver Stags. They are 5.5 minutes away from facing the Portland Storm in the Western Conference semifinals. And as I was saying, let's talk about how how Butler almost took it right to the lane. Mitchell Robinson, that is what Mitchell Robinson is here for on the stats. I was going to talk about the playoff bracket. Wow, what a sequence. Wow, what a great sequence. Wow, I'm losing my voice here. That's a great, like I sound like a bad Tony the Tiger or something. Tony the Tiger hitting puberty. What a great sequence for the Vancouver Stags. 5 minutes to go in this game. Mitchell Robinson, great defense, followed by a butter three-pointer by the Stags on the other end. 14-point lead now as Butler has 22 points on the night. Giannis gets double-teamed. Ball nearly gets the ball tipped away. He does get it tipped away. Conley and him fight for the rock. Conley picks it up, passes the timeline, crosses over towards the D, goes into the lane, steps back, kicks it on out to Millsap. Good call there. Giannis is in the zone. He's feeling it himself. Butler coming around on the curl. Millsap decides to go to Conley instead. Pump fake by Conley, guarded by Middleton. Going to the lane, lefty lane, makes that one. It's funny. Some of these wide open shots Conley has had, he's missed. But give him some contested plays here, and he's making those clutch shots. Lonzo to the lane, fouled by Conley, and one. Uno, big bucket by Lonzo Ball to stop any kind of momentum that the Beasts were trying to make. 14-point lead for the Stags. They are in control. They are looking like they are going to take this one and move on to face the Portland Storm. You like my segue there? Back to talking about the playoff bracket while he shoots his and one free throw. Stags are in control, barring any kind of run by the Beast with 4 minutes to go in this one. They're going to win and face the Portland Storm. I believe the Vipers will beat the Long Beach Bruins, so that leaves the matchups in the conference finals in the West as the Bruins and the Vipers. Bruins will host that one if they win. And because I just don't see the Rams winning. I'm sorry. After only scoring 44 points with Anthony Davis out, I don't have any faith in the Rams continuing on past the first round. But hey, you never know. They might make it past the Vipers. Vipers will face the Long Beach Bruins, in my opinion. The Stags will take on the Storm. Tigers and Cobras, these matchups are already locked in right here. Tigers and Cobras in the Eastern Conference semifinals, and Outlaws and Trojans. I believe the Tigers and the Trojans will move on there, and the Stags and the Bruins will move on there. So you'll have an Eastern Conference final of the Vancouver Stags hosting the Long Beach Bruins, and you'd have the Cincinnati Tigers hosting the Pittsburgh Trojans. And of course, I think you know my matchup here. Stags versus Cincinnati Tigers. The Tigers are the 1 seed, so they will be hosting our first ever ASB Finals game. I cannot wait to see if that's how it comes out. You never know what can happen. It's the ASB Playoffs. Everybody has a fair shake when it's one and done. Ball with the ball going up the lane. That's funny to say. Ball with the ball. I sound like Kid Rock. Rebound by Giannis Antetokounmpo. Put back missed. Rebound by Paul Millsap. Millsap has been trying his best to play defense, has not really done anything offensively for his Beast, but the man, Jimmy Butler, has fouled by Clarkson and one. Uno. 2:54 to go in this game, and the Beast are still fighting, scratching, and clawing. You like what I did there? Because the claw on the ball and the uniform. Scratching and clawing their way to try and remain in this game. And speaking of uniforms, man, my segue game is on fire this game. I don't know if you guys realized it. I'm tooting my own horn, beep, beep. But my segue game is on fire. Speaking of uniforms, huge shout out to Zach King and the team at MOR Apparel that put together all these beautiful uniforms for our ASB League. Some of these uniforms are some very good looks here. And again, we are working in the near future to get uniforms created. Jerseys created for the consumer. It's a work in progress. There's no set timeline, but eventually the ASB jerseys and shorts will be available for purchase. Aldridge on the ISO game has not been able to do much for his team today. Vader over 2 men, nearly makes it. Rebound by Middleton. It's just, you can tell the back is still bothering Aldridge, and it was smart of the coaching staff of the Beast to have Tristan Thompson as the starter. Ball knocked away from Lonzo's hands, last touch by the Beast. It'll remain Stags ball. 14-point lead with just 2:14 to go. The people of Canada are going to rejoice if they can leave here with the win. Mitchell Robinson with the rock. Over to Middleton from the baseline. There is that one. Big shot, 16-point lead for the Stags. And I think it's pretty much safe to say with only 2 minutes to go, this one just might be over. who's been absent is Conley. Makes a layup. Conley is now starting to pick it up. Conley now has 13 points, having to change the game up and attack the paint. He has 10 points in the paint. Smart move by him. But who's been non-existent, and I don't know what that was. I don't know what ball was trying there. Non-existent has been Tim Hardaway. He's got the ball now. Dishes it to Millsap. Foul by Giannis. Good foul there. Did not allow Millsap to make the bucket. But Tim Hardaway just disappeared from this game. They put Chris Middleton on him early in the third, and it seems as if the Beasts have gone away from Hardaway. Hardaway at this point should be at near 30 points, 20-some odd points, up there with Butler, and they might be a lot closer in this game. But once they put Chris Middleton on him, he's become non-existent. Has remained at 15 points since, I believe, the early portions of the third quarter, if not late in the second. So he had a great first half and then disappeared in the second. That did not help the Beasts at all this game. Millsap bears the free throw. 13-point game with 1:39 to go. And I'm telling you, if Aldridge was healthy, this might have been a different game. It might have not been. Who knows? I mean, we saw the Beast, I believe, 3 times on ASB courtside this year. And they did not perform well every time. Second shot is made by Millsap, and it's now a 12-point game. They're going to need a defensive stop here to cut it to 10, or maybe a single-digit deficit with a 3-ball. Giannis taking on Millsap. Pass to Mitch Robb. Giannis is just something special. The man can do it all. He can rebound, he plays defense, he can distribute, he can facilitate, he can go to the rack, he can shoot a jumper. Speaking of jumper, 3-ball, missed by Conley. Rebounded by Giannis. The fans are on their feet. I think they understand what everybody's understanding right now. The Vancouver Stags, although they were down 14, now lead by 14 late in this game. Just think of this, guys. Halfway through the second quarter, I'll bring this up again. Halfway through the second quarter, the Kansas City Chiefs, and here go the MVP chants. I'll hold my thought for a second. For both teams, they're still chanting. I'm gonna let them rock. Misses the second free throw. Still a 15-point lead for the Stags. What I was going to say, the Kansas City Beast were up 37-23 midway through the second quarter. And since then, the Vancouver Stags have outscored the Kansas City Beast 67-39. I'm sorry, 67-40. 67-40. Think of that. That is the reason why the Vancouver Stags are running away with this one, up by 13. Great game by the Beast. They had a rough patch midway through the game, from the late in the second throughout the third. They had a rough patch. It was tough for them to get points. Guys weren't making shots like they were in the first quarter, in the first portion of the second quarter. And it didn't pay off for them. I don't know what Barrera was thinking there. Big block by Mitch Robb. Culver to the lane. Two-hand stuff. Man. Culver's just skied on that one. Just put him in the dunk contest next year. 17-point lead for Vancouver. This one is well out of reach. Good fight, good night to the Kansas City Beast, but cannot discredit the way. It's almost like the tail of their season. They should have been way better, but they winded up faltering. Joe Harris with the miss, Giannis with the board, and that will do it, ladies and gentlemen. It has been a very good game from both teams, but the Vancouver Stags run away with it, 94-77. Man, what a great game. Let's talk stats. Giannis Antetokounmpo, 31 points, 18 rebounds. Lonzo Ball, 13 points, 4 assists, 2 blocks. Jordan Clarkson, 12 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists for him. That's a complete game. Mitchell Robinson, 10 points, 10 rebounds. Chris Middleton adds on 9 points. Jimmy Butler for the Kansas City Beast led his team with 25 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. Tim Hardaway Jr. with only 15 points. He floundered towards the end of that game. Conley with a rough game today with 13 points and 3 assists. And the big story, Thompson, Millsap, and Aldridge, the 3 top bigs for the Kansas City Beast, only amassed 12 points. This has been another presentation of the ASB Playoffs on the Last Life Gaming Network, presented by the Blast Podcast. Please like and subscribe and turn on notifications for everything ASB. Thank you for watching.